Employees looked down at me not knowing my family owns the company. Part 2. Ron looked at me surprised. He proceeded to call me rude and cocky, and he told me to come with him. I followed him where he led me to one of the higher-ups of the company. That person was his close friend at work, and of course I knew he was going to be biased. He began complaining to him about how I don't want to work, and how he was upset that everyone is working while I didn't. The person who he was complaining to looked at me and asked me for my name. I told my first name and he proceeded to ask me if what Ron was saying was true. I told him that I was picking up everybody's dirty work and it was unfair. Just because I was the new guy, doesn't mean that everyone else doesn't have to work. Ron cut me off and started acting like the victim, saying that everyone was doing my work and I was just there because I wanted to cause problems. The higher-up proceeded to ask me how I got hired in, which I angrily replied that I got hired through a family member. He asked me which family member hired me, in which I replied my father's name. Both of them looked surprised and I cut them off and told them to keep up their energy once they both get fired. I walked off and went home afterwards. I was fed up with everything that day, and I ended up calming myself down. I wondered if I had gone overboard. My father made a phone call that day, where he proceeded to ask me how I was doing at the company. I hesitated before answering, but I wanted to be honest with him. I told him what happened and there was a silence afterwards. My father proceeded to say that he was disappointed to hear about my situation, but was also disappointed about my reaction. He told me that he understood that I was frustrated, but threats and walking away won't solve anything. He told me that it was very unprofessional of me and it is something I need to learn how to handle when I take over. He was right. I do admit my anger clouded my judgment, but I was just stressed. My father said he would arrange a meeting between the three of us. The next day, all of us went to my father's office, in which he stressed the importance of resolving work conflicts and unfair treatment to employees because of position. My father continued to tell Ron and his friend that this was just a warning, but the next time something similar happens they will both be released. The meeting was tense, but I knew it was needed. I apologized for my threats and they apologized for treating me unfairly. The next few months were fine. Since everybody find out I'm the boss's son, everyone has tried to do my work and act fake around me now. Every time I would pick up a garbage bin, someone would step in and tell me that they got it. It's a shithole because when no one knows who you are, you get treated like dog shit. But when people do know who you are, you get treated like a prince when you just want to work and be treated fairly.